Welcome back, everyone, to Planescape Torment. You're here with Randall Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven. When?
All right.
Who do we have here? No one. A handkerchief. An unremarkable silk handkerchief. Huh. There may come a use for it at some point, but I don't know what.
Might as well.
No, I'm not here to steal gold. I'm here to steal, like, diaries, journals, that sort of thing, you know? Kasai Saris. This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy raven-colored hair, bluish skin, and shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies which have fires lit behind them. Though she's not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. Greetings. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. I'm Kasai Saris, so tell me, what might I do for you, Anything! Do anything you want to me! Truly, though, please, what can I do for you? What do you usually do for your patrons? Talk, of course, usually about dreams. Often those erotic in nature, but not always. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've read everything you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like, too, but you must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and devas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Too peculiar. I'm at a loss at what to say. Well, I did have some questions. If you don't mind me asking, what are you? What? Can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman, of course! I can see my answer doesn't please you. I'm plain touched, actually, like your friend here. That's all you need to know. I had another question. What are you doing here? Entertaining your questions, it seems. Really, though, I'm a student of Mistress Grace's. All the prostitutes in the brothel are. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, that's Echo. She's very sweet, but so quiet. I understand that she said something once which caused some great tragedy, and because of that she'll never speak again. An interesting enough story, but I don't know if it's true. Try asking Delora. I've seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo back from a time when Echo was speaking. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No. Nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. Of course I'm sure. Don't ever ask me about her again. Very well then. I had another question. Huh. Oh, hell yeah. I love the lady in this room. Marissa. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that's slow and deadly like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes? Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition like that. So rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze or the hissing of serpents. Whoa, creepy shit. My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. But it would seem there is someone in the room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then? Not just yet. I have questions. Why do you remain behind the screen? Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? No, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you as well. Why is it so dark in here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it that you want? What are you doing here? Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to your voice. Listening to you voice yours, the silence of both of them, literal than figurative, is deafening. Why do you have such a terrible disposition? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Oh, I think not. You would find them most unflattering at this moment. What is it you want? Because something of mine is missing, and something unwanted has arrived on my doorstep in its place. What's gone missing?
Updated my journal.
My veil. My crimson veil. Have you seen it, perchance? No, what's it for? It's not just a normal veil, is it? No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now, what do you want? Can you tell me anything about the silent prostitute? Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl. Asked Delora. She made friends of an old lover. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No. Do you? Go ask Yves. She collects many tales and can probably tell you something. Okay, good. This is the line of questioning. Please, come into the light. No. And the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now, what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. I do. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? Yes. I think so. Are we human? I think so. You think so? How could it not know? It's kind of complicated. Indeed, it must be too great for a mere mind such as mine to grasp. I'm really not sure what I am. Truly? That's almost interesting. There is a sound of hissing in the darkness. Describe yourself to me. I'm tall, muscular, and horribly scarred. I'm tall with an athletic build, very handsome. Indeed. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I don't want to know. Describe yourself for me. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of writhing asps and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. Are you a fiend?
Updated my journal.
No, hardly, though. Hardly. Though I've powers some might call fiendish, my glance turns living things to stone. For instance, from beings of flesh to statuary with the bat of an eyelash. Living things to stone. Could you turn, say, a Limlim into a statue? I suppose I could, if you had a Limlim and were I inclined to do so. And I might be so inclined had I the Crimson Veil. I don't remember why we need a Limlim made of stone. I know it's a portal key, but I don't remember what portal it opens. Oh, a secret door. I'm not going to go down there, though. It feels impolite to do so. I see a lot of locked things, and I am going to look through them all. Look through, not rob. An unremarkable silk handkerchief.
I'm gone.
I appear to have broken into a woman's jewelry box. Vivian. I don't remember speaking to her. This tall, elegant woman with her sharp features and regal demeanor is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small phial dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic erotic scent that seems to draw you toward her. Greetings. Greetings, my name is Vivian. Am I to presume I am being summoned? No, I just had questions. What are you doing here? Aside from my work as a student, I'm looking for something actually. You would not happen to have smelled it, would you? Smelled it? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. It is somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident, though you never know with the ladies around here. So, have you smelled it somewhere? You smell quite nice right now. Yes, and I thank you for your compliment, but I assure you, this particular aroma is nothing compared to my personal scent. How can a scent go wandering? I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, and have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now poof, it is gone. I need not bear such annoyances. I want that scent back, and I want it now. How would you know it if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. 'Tis quite striking, especially to men. I can help. No imposition. I'm pleased to help such a lovely woman as yourself.
Updated my journal.
Piking idjit stick! You're too kind. Very well, if you run across it, please let me know. I am somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Isn't she some historical figure? I can't quite recall. Who is she? A night hag from Sigil's past, I think. I hope she stays in the past. Night hags are foul creatures besmirching all femininity everywhere in the plains. You may wish to ask Yves. Do you know where I could find Marissa's Crimson Veil? Were I to know its location, I'd set it alight and cast its remains into the deepest of the pits. May that wretched thing never find her precious veil, and be confined to that chamber for the rest of her days. Can you help me with a silent prostitute? You mean Echo? She's a dear. Quiet. That may be part of the charm. There is all manner of speculation as to why she's silent, but I think 'twas that her heart was most horribly broken. Delora might know best. She has been known to speak to a man Echo once loved before she lost her voice. Echo. The striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps is traced carefully over her shapely form. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. I had some questions. She nods. Is your name Echo?
Updated my journal.
She nods, smiling pleasantly. I had some other questions. May I ask you why you can't communicate? She sighs and softly nods. Are you silent because of a broken heart? She smiles pleasantly, then shakes her head. May I ask if it was something else then? Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? Her eyes widen in surprise, then she gives you a beaming smile, rolling her eyes and shaking her head. Did your voice cause someone's death or some other tragedy? She pauses at this, opens her mouth, then frowns. After a moment, she shakes her head. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Her eyes flash, and she smiles. She nods. What do you know of her?
Updated my journal.
She simply looks at you. I ask why you can't communicate. Okay. So she might know something else about Ravel. Ah, fuck. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? I'm looking for Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? Alas. Thanks, Echo.
I'm gone.
Got a lot of handkerchiefs.
Why not?
Maybe one of these will have this scent that I'm looking for on it, you know? There's a lot of money in here, and I'm considering how broke I am, I'm inclined to steal it. Juliet. This dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's dressed or simply bored. Depressed or simply bored. Greetings, yes, I am named Juliet. How may I? Oh, never thou mind. Leave me be, please. What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all, only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Is your life so tedious? Alas, it is. Dreadfully boring. Perhaps I could make it less boring for you, my lady. No, 'tis kind of thee to offer, though I am already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. 'Tis just that I wish something more of our liaison. Is the relationship lacking, then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going so smoothly. 'Tis not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had such a courtship? 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. I can't remember any courtships I've had. The remnants of the ones I've encountered suggest that I may have had some problems. 'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships, one's fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at another back, poison, mad siblings, irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves. A great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. Mort floats close to you, whispering, I feel sorry for a lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A shit like this is nothing but trouble. That doesn't sound wise, Juliet. Relish what you have. I wish to experience troubles, though. I wish to experience the ups and downs of courtship, but with him, no other. Such a thing as love. It can be as dull as a club and is of no use to an aspiring sensate. You make a fair point. What did you have in mind to spice things up? I'm not sure. Some element of danger or jealousy, something intense? I could pretend to be a jealous suitor if you want. Oh, I highly doubt that. Actually, that idea does not have as adult as I had first thought. Thou dost certainly look dangerous enough. Art thou as rugged and tough as the appearance would indicate? They don't make them any tougher than me, I assure you. Holy shit, that line is so good. Oh, not tougher than this. They shall do this for me then. Yes, I'll do it. Excellent. My love Montague may be found within the Civic Fest Hall. I thank thee. I'll go speak to him.
Updated my
Farewell.
journal.
Finem's book. A research journal of the linguist named Finem. Huh. As you make to research the armoire, its handles suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawer slams themselves shut. A disdainful humph issues from the cabinet. Hello? Hello indeed. So what have we here? A rogue after some lady's frilly undergarments? You talk? Do I? Why, yes, I do. Who are you? I am Lewis, and who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow rummaging around in other people's things. What are you doing here? Well, sir, if you must know, I am being an armoire. Why are you being an armoire in the brothel? I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire, thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers, where they can rub against my skin. Such accusations are an insult to a practitioner of the magic arts. I am merely soaking in the experience of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations. So all the women know about this, then? Yes, they do, and they wholeheartedly approve of, well, not with their entire hearts exactly, and while they have not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they are not exactly aware I am an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so have not been able to inquire upon the matter. I'll need something for you to keep quiet about this one. I had some questions. Could you return to normal at former free will? I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you, and besides there's no cause to change back at the present moment, since I've not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. It's a complex thing, told in short, soft, frilly clothes, smelling of wondrous woman smells. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that. Most unfortunate. Did you ever hear the exquisite pleasures of breathtaking in that scent of hers? Breathing in that scent of hers? Absolutely wondrous it was, but sadly, no. I know not where good Lady Vivian's scent might be found. I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be? I heard she used to walk around in a Crimson Veil, but that she had recently taken to a room and darkened it. I did not know that it occurred. So this veil of hers is missing, then? Yes. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Few folks who've dwelled in Sigil for any length of time don't. I must wonder, though, what is it about her you wish to know? I need to find her. You're mad. Quite mad. Utterly barmy, I believe, is the common term for it. Ravel was banished from Sigil long ago, and if she's not dead, you'll wish you were, should you somehow succeed in finding her. She devoured all those who sought her out before, it is said, and will likely do the same to service. I'd leave well enough alone. Farewell. I have spoken with the prostitutes. Fall from grace.
How may I help you?
Yep. I could have sworn I spoke to all of them. There's Vivian, Yves, Dolora, Kimaxi, Kaiseris. Huh. Oh, they even closed their doors. Vivian, Marissa, Echo. Who am I missing, I wonder? Nanny Nine Eyes! This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks around. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny, and how are you this fine day? Oh my, you're hurt all over! Powers above Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before, yet you're covered in scarred. They're all old scars. I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I'm named Nenny, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for slaking of intellectual lusts. You have tattoos under those scars, too. What's that one? That one's, looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink. Allow her to touch you. I think that's ink? Is it ink? What a pattern. Look at the way the lines intersect here. It's simply amazing. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're quite permanent. I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them, but I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're all right? I'm looking at you, and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. None of the physical variety, really. Oh, are you hurt inside? In the head? Maybe I can help. In fact, I know I can. Part of Sensate's training is to learn how to draw hurt from others. My mistress says a Sensate may draw pain from a wound and bring it into oneself, but nonetheless, I can help. May I try? Please say yes. Please do. Nenny clasps her hands and makes the rest of them lightly on you. Allow her to touch you. As she draws near, you notice Nenny's skin is lightly perfumed with the scent of lilacs. She rests her gloved hand gently upon your forehead and closes her eyes. She hums lightly to herself, and you feel a faint warmth spreading throughout your body. Oh, that feels nice. Sure, so glad I could help. Nenny beams at you. She seems ready to burst with joy. I had a question. What are you doing here? I'm talking to you, silly. Just like I talk to all the patrons, all the prostitutes too. That's what the brothel is all about. Learning new ways to talk and share experiences and understand other people. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Oh, Echo. Yes, she's a mysterious one, isn't she? Do you know that she never speaks? Truly. I think she was emotionally wounded so badly that she may never speak again. I bet Delora knows, because she sometimes talks to the last lover Echo had when she still spoke. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it is? What? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nenny. Oh, but I don't know who. I don't know if she's a thief. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. Puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Oh, I dislike her very, very much. Was that convincing? No, not really. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice on me, Nenny? I suppose I could try, you big, mean, nasty brute. Meanie? How's that? Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute? Better. Now hit me. Nanny clamps down. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit someone anyway? Go ahead. Do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a big, mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nanny slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened. She hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Nenny. Come on. Show me what you've got. You can say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh, damned you. You deserve that for all the indignities you've put me through. Going out late at night, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think? Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some backlicker looking for your approval. I'm my own woman, and this woman's about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. Time to let go of the anger. Whew, that was easier than I thought. No kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. The scent.
Updated my journal.
Maybe I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. No, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person, and that sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. Thanks. Do you know about the Crimson Veil?
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kamaxi at her tongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know, but Kamaxi's really awful. Anyway, I talked to her first. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, sorry. That's a great name, though, huh? I'll bet she's a really interesting person. You should ask Yvette about her. She has all sorts of stories. Right. Okay, there it is. I was missing Nenny.
How may I help you?
I spoke to 9 of the students, but I could not find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th student? How curious. I'm thinking I'm the 10th student, in which case I've spoken to all of them. Very well. And your thoughts? I've learned that what it means to aspire to a sensate, and that it's better to go in search of experience rather than have it come to you. Very well. I will travel with you if you still desire my company. I do.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
She would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Yes, may my faith lend me strength.
Behold, it is Fall from Grace. Fall from Grace's chastity bodice. Funny. Fall from Grace's touch. Fall from Grace's diary and 2 earrings. +1 all saving throws. +5 resistance to magic. Usable only by females. She cannot wear tattoos. Interesting. And she's a priest. I think the only priest we'll encounter in the whole game. Yeah, so if you want someone to tend to your wounds or bring back the dead, it's gonna have to be her. That's not entirely true. There's an alternative. There's a way to get the nameless one raised dead, but I fucked it up. I could go back and get it, but I'm waiting for something to tell me that it's there, you know? Yeah, I think she's the only priest in the game. Solid priest, level 7. We are so many levels above her, dear God. 100% resistance to fire. 100% resistance to electricity. Get fucked. Despite being a wisdom-based caster, charisma is her highest score, and she is lawful neutral. God, talk about falling from grace. She went from chaotic evil to lawful neutral. Baby Jesus. Her touch is enough to kill people. But she does have a fatal kiss. I think I can talk to her about more advanced topics now.
Yes?
How did you come by the name Fall from Grace? Can you teach me anything of the art? I wanted to talk about our companions. Do you ever use a weapon? No, there's seldom the need, and I find that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron or even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers, such as
My journal.
the kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals, though they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. I can resort to it when the need arises. Intriguing. I mean, frightening. Let's move on. Other
Yes.
questions. How did you come by the name Fall from Grace? The meaning of names is a complicated subject. There's much to be said, and a great deal is better left unsaid. Is it your real name? Perhaps. Perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I'm not sure I attach any value to a name. Not anymore. Truly? A name is a cloak of letters thrown across a person, nothing more. A name can sometimes tell you something about someone, maybe even help define that person, but that's not who the person is. Your point is well taken. So why are you Fall from Grace? Would it matter? It is but a cloak of letters. It matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I have fallen from my people. Some would say risen from my people, perhaps, but fall feels more right to me. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Yes, perhaps that is why it felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue in her eyes. It's turbulent like the ocean before a storm. I thought so. Yet, in speaking to you, you've caused me to realize some things. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? You're most kind. I think I'll do that. Oh, Lord, we went long! What can I say? Talking to the ladies gets my attention. Next time, maybe we can find that veil. Maybe we can find that perfume. Just saying.